Testing.
And the seniors and their teachers, number 23, Sailor Davies and Mrs. Freeman. Number 35, Addison Gorley and her teacher, Mrs. Nixon. And number 30, Lauren Trujillo and her teacher, Mr. Meeks. All right, let's give a big round of applause to all these teachers. And now, here's the starting lineup for our game. Number 2, Shelby Bellinger and Coach Maxwell. Number 3, Carlucci and Coach Chapman. Number 13, Sloan McGee and her teacher, Mrs. Razzo. Number 21, Melanie Abdul-Salam and her teacher, Mrs. Williams. And number 24, Ayla Gray and her teacher, Mr. Ramsey. Thank you again to all our wonderful teachers. Let's go, Chief! And now, here's the starting lineup for the Creekview Grizzlies. Double zero. Number 11, KK. Number 13, Steve Larson. And number 15, Marissa Anderson. The Grizzlies are coached by Paul Collins, Chris Jeffries, John Donald, head coach. Let's play some hoops. They're good to do, and that's by the game ball.
Welcome everyone to the War Lodge on this last regular season home game, and what an ending to the regular season we have in store for us. A historic, storied rivalry, the Sequoyah Chiefs and the Creekview Grizzlies. There is bad blood that has gone back to 2008 in this matchup. All time, it is very close. Sequoyah leads only 18-16 in the all-time series. Back in January, Chiefs won 40-27, a low-scoring affair. Key matchup to watch are the two ladies in the circle right now, Amelia Taft and Melania Abdus-Salam. Here we go in the War Lodge. I'm Max Swain, joined by Jake Jira, and we are here to walk you through what should be a phenomenal rivalry here in the War Lodge. My man Jake, we are in for a good one tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be such a great game. The last matchup we saw just a couple weeks ago, Sequoyah won 40-27. And as you said, close matchup of all time, going to be a great game.
And here goes Abdus-Salam quickly going to the goal. She can't finish on that first one though. And McGee is getting the start tonight and goes after that jump ball, gonna end up in Grizzly possession.
Yeah, and speaking of Abdus-Salam, what a game she had last week. I mean, pretty much dominated the entire first half, was the only scorer until close to the end of the second.
Yeah, she had 18 in the first half, in the 20s to finish that game. See if she can try to match that tonight. Gonna take a lot here against a very good defensive player down low in Amelia Taft. In the corner. Mason and the Grizzlies have the early lead. Full court press being applied by Creekview, but Sequoyah easily breaks that. Now they're going to reset after the overthrown pass. And that one is stopped by Blyseth. That's going to be a big matchup down low as well. Can Blyseth kind of double team Abdus-Salam to shut her down along with Taft. And there's Howard on the short jumper. That one is over the hoop and out of bounds. Going to be Sequoyah ball. Two losses to note for Sequoyah. Davies, Sailor Davies, the dynamic senior guard, is out for the season on an undisclosed injury. And also senior Addison Gorley, as that shot by Bellinger's over, but McGee is right there to get the first points for the Chiefs. Also out for the Chiefs is Addison Gorley with an ankle-related injury. She's not out for the season. It's not defined yet how long she could be out. They're hoping, Yarbrough's hoping to get her back in time for playoffs, but we shall see. 3-2 with 6:15 left in the first. Quickly over in Mason, pardon me, that's Finley. Howard, and she drains it for three. 6-2 lead now. Here goes Bass. Double team, finds Abdus-Salam. And that's Abdus-Salam firing for three. That one is off the backboard. Abdus-Salam has around 12 points per game, 7.3 rebounds a game. As we mentioned earlier, had an amazing showing here last Friday. She's really been the staple of this Chiefs offense, but a bank three by Marissa Mason. 3 threes in a row for Creekview as they come out guns a-blazing, and the Chiefs have no answer.
I mean, yeah, great start for Creekview. 3 threes attempted, 3 threes made. And the Chiefs, not necessarily a slow start, not what they showed in the past. Definitely great start from Creekview.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at last game, I would say it's a slow start. I mean, they've had a lot of empty possessions really fast. The only way they had a point was off of McGee rebound off of an overshot attempt. So, I mean, their offense has not been clicking early, and it's quite obvious that Creekview's has. One thing to know is that a key player in the last matchup was the freshman Carly Bass, who's been having an outstanding season as she gets the ball in the inbound there. She had 13 points, was the leading scorer for Sequoyah against Creekview in January, and hoping that she does the same, but a quick steal by Finley Howard. Howard, the freshman there, very excited for her future in the program as they go inside to Taft, and she can't finish, but gets her own rebound and gets Abdus-Salam on her feet, finishes it. 11-2 for Creekview. Not the start Coach Yarbrough was hoping for, but Bellinger's wide open on the cut. Abdus-Salam and one. Finally gets her first points of the night, almost 3 minutes in, and she's going to head to the line.
There's that height advantage that they try to use in this game. Not going to be as effective as Creekview does have someone to match the height of Abdus-Salam, but just the ability to drive to that hoop and get those points and now go for the N1.
And she completes the three-point play. Seeing a lot of outside shooting early and just now starting to go inside to Taft. That's Mason. We haven't seen a lot from Ashlyn Blythe either. She's a very explosive offensive player. That's Howard, who's also going to be hard to stop, but instead they stop her right there. That's McGee on the fast break as she slows it up. Great defensive stop by the Chiefs there. McGee looking for a play. Grizzlies running their man defense right now. Abdus Salam is on the baseline. She passed it to Bass, who's going to drive herself against Taft, and she cannot finish it. And that's Howard pushing the pace. Howard almost loses it, but gives it to Hamby. Chiefs running a zone right now. That's Abdus Salam and Taft getting physical down there. Shot and launched, rebounded by Abdus Salam, no good by Hamby. 3:52 left in the first quarter. Got a few subs ready to come in for Sequoyah as McGee's looking for a lane here. Abdus Salam thinking about the three. Instead, she goes for a move against Taft, and she has no outlet. Instead, it's Bellinger launching from the elbow, and that one's short, rebounded by Taft. And Sequoyah's offense is not looking as explosive as it was against Etowah's. Taft finishes that short lay-in, and that's another, a timeout this time by that is Coach Domville, and his Grizzlies are really rolling on offense right now, scoring 13 against the Chiefs, who usually allow 45 a game.
And yeah, a bit of a difference from what we saw at Etowah, where they just kind of got things rolling, not necessarily quickly, but not as slow as what we're seeing right now. I mean, they've only scored 5 halfway through the first. Not something that this Chiefs team is really known for. They usually get on the board quickly, get that offense rolling.
Yeah, I mean, early in the season, we saw their offense really thrive. I mean, just last game against Etowah, 42-37 win. I mean, their defense was the highlight. I mean, Abdus Salam may have had an amazing showing, but their defense was really what shut down Etowah. And this game, it is not the case, allowing over a third of that just over halfway through the first. And that's Gray launching, and that one is to the right. Rebounded by Zenchuk almost, but instead by the Grizzlies. As Hamby's looking for some sort of lane. Howard to Blythe. PK Hamby is going for 3, and she drains it. Creekview cannot be stopped from outside the arc, and Sequoyah has nothing to say about it. Almost taken away, and it is. And now the Chiefs are forcing the error. That's Mason firing again. This one is packed by Carly Bass and saved by Pollard. Almost went out of bounds. The Chiefs offense get going here. Bass putting a move on Blythe over Taft, but she overshoots it. And still another empty possession by Sequoyah. That's Mason. Taft is down low and has the advantage against Pollard right now. But instead, Hamby fires herself. That one is short and rebounded by Gray. A much needed stop there by Sequoyah as they find Pollard down the floor, and she finishes the layup. Chiefs now within single digits with 1:56 left in this first.
There's the objective that works really well for the Chiefs, that passing game, just trying to find those long passes, getting around every player, and finally getting themselves back into this one.
That's Hamby again on the wing. Hamby looking for Taft, instead finds Blythe on Gray passing, and it is slammed to the ground by Ava Gray. Beautiful defense there on the recovery. And we have Gemberling coming in now. That's Blythe for 3, and it is green. Creekview is on fire from outside the three-point line this quarter. And that's going to be a block, I believe. Yeah, a block by Amelia Taft. It's going to be something to watch. It is very late in the first. That's only her first foul. It's been a very clean game thus far, but still, don't want to get her in foul trouble.
And back onto your three-point. Creekview have only missed 2 so far this game. So, almost perfect.
Sequoyah's going to have to respond in some manner as Pollard launches one, but it's short as Gemberling gets the rebound. And she passes it right into Blythe's hands. And they're pushing it. That's Howard to Blyseth, who fires. That one's short. And that one is off of, that is Beal. Got 2 subs coming in. That's Shelby Bellinger and Sloan McGee for Zenchuk and Gray. As the only scorer on the floor right now will be McGee and Pollard. Trying to break the press, but Lily Beal steals it. McGee's the only line of defense, and she blocks it. Beautiful defensive play. And Pollard is putting on the moves now. Goodness. A spark all of a sudden from Sequoyah. Cross-court pass to Addie K. Beck. And that one is off the back of the rim. A promising possession goes empty once again. Beal and Gemberling is also an interesting matchup on the elbow. 2 very athletic players. Instead, they give to Mason, who is going for 3 again. And it dinks in. Her 3rd 3 of the game. And Yarborough is just trying to get his Chiefs to start scoring. As Pollard, pardon me, that's Bellinger losing possession. Gemberling fighting for it. And that is going to be a foul. That one is on Marissa Mason. McGee looking for someone. Finds Bellinger. 2-1. Pollard fires and it's short. And man, not the start that the Chiefs were hoping for in this first quarter, but a 22-7 score is what we have at the end of one. Chiefs had no response for the 3-point game that Creekview brought to the table, and they weren't missing. You said only 2 misses, and the amount of makes they have very much outweigh those.
Yeah, Creekview kind of just took over the game at the start. Now they have 6 threes made. They almost have the same amount of threes as Sequoyah does points. So
unreal. We haven't seen this much offense from Creekview in a while, at least this much 3-point production in 1 quarter in a long time. Just a little update on the region standings. Sequoyah has already clinched the 2nd seed in the region tournament, so if they lose here, it shouldn't be too detrimental to their region standings. However, for Creekview, they are 5-6 and 4th in region, so a win here could possibly increase their position and move it up. However, Sequoyah lost here, they can take it. I doubt that is their mindset. Coach Yarborough, you know him, he's going to want to win, but still, a loss here wouldn't necessarily damage any region standings. But if I were them, I would not want to be down by 15 against your biggest rival as we start this 2nd quarter. And Bellinger is going to try to get it going, and she does not, off the front of the rim, and McGee is going for it, but it's going to be a foul. A little too aggressive on that one.
Foul on points number 13, McGee. Grizzly ball.
As I mentioned earlier, only 1 foul on the game. Pardon me, 1 foul this quarter. But there's only 2 fouls in the first quarter, so it's been a very clean game. Just as I say that, we got another foul.
Might be predicting the future over here.
And that one is going to be on KK Hamby. Blyseth. Pardon me, that was on Abdul Salam, my bad. That's Howard. Inside to Beal. Almost gets it stripped, but instead back to Mason. Beal controls it, going for a drive. Instead to Mason again, and that one goes out. Rebounded out by Abdul Salam, and she's gonna hold it up. Bass trying to get something going here. Only 7 points on the scoreboard for the Chiefs. Bellinger staying still. Abdul Salam has a height advantage against Beal, but Beal's a very physical player. Bass to Bellinger. Abdul Salam almost has it stripped. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And Bellinger's going to try a lay-in, and she finishes. Beautiful by Shelby Bellinger. 6:30 left in the 2nd quarter. That's Hamby with a clear lane, and that one is knocked out by McGee, who's been having a very excellent defensive game thus far. Inbounded to Beal. Howard picked off, pickpocketed by Carly Bass, and she is fouled on the way up, and she is grimacing. Hopefully she is okay. It looks like she is okay. She has gotten up. And she is headed to the line.
That's going to be the Chiefs' second trip to the line on the night.
First one is good. So a 12-point ball game in this one. Make it 11. 6:09 left in the first quarter, second quarter. Chiefs looking to start a run here, but Hamby's drive gets fouled by McGee. That is going to be her second of the night. And Beck is going to come in for the sophomore. Inbounded to Mason. Creekview has not made a three this quarter yet. Lysith to Mason, who's trying to find a lane. Instead, kicks it back out. Sequoyah's defense really locking in here. Yarborough must have made some sort of adjustment. It is working. Shot clock is at 3. Howard's going to have to launch it. And she gets it off, but it's short. Hits nothing. So Chiefs get a very good defensive stop there.
I mean, yeah, as you said, Yarborough kind of made an adjustment, and the Creekview offense has not been able to produce as much as they were the entire first quarter. And their I think they've only gotten 1 3 attempt off. A great job with the adjustment side for the Chiefs coaching.
So Gray is going to pass it in, but yeah, Yarborough definitely made some sort of adjustment. They've been pressuring the ball handlers so much and really getting a lot more pressure outside the arc in order for a very small amount of threes to get off, but Sequoyah launches, Bass's is no good. Ball right back to the Grizzlies. See, Beck is coming over the arc now. Not trying to let off any opportunity. Trying to force him to the lane as Abdul Salam is getting in Blyce's face. That's inside. This one's a Cavender, but that one is tipped. Rebounded by Howard, however. And Howard's gonna have a lane. Instead, pass to Blyceth, and she knocks it through just as the shot clock goes off. 13-point lead for Creekview as that Abdul Salam has an open lane, and that one is a foul on the way up. That foul is gonna be on Callie Cavender, the junior guard. And Abdul Salam has a chance to get 2 more on the board.
She's going to take her second trip of the night to the line.
Inbounded to Hamby now as that one sinks through. That's Blyceth. Beck on Hamby, a very difficult matchup for a freshman and sophomore. And Hamby banks it in. 14-point lead now for Creekview as Sequoyah is trying to get something going on offense. Beck is trying to do it herself as that 3 is off the back of the rim. And Bass could not get that rebound.
The Chiefs on 6 attempts tonight yet to make a 3.
And Blyce's shot is no good as the Chiefs trying to push the pace here. That's great. Beautiful cut by Carly Bass. And we have a blocking foul on Ashlyn Blythe. It's going to be Blythe's first foul. Gray looking for an outlet. Lobs it to Zenchuk. And Zenchuk lost it, and it goes out of bounds on the baseline. So 3:30 left, over half this quarter gone by. Creekview has only scored 4, and Sequoyah scored 5. So now a low-scoring affair. Just as I say that, Hamby drives through with an open lane and finishes. Not the start to this rivalry matchup that Sequoyah has wanted, but if they want to come back, they need to start now. Abdussalam shot is off the backboard, and 3 minutes left as Creekview has the ball. Howard's layup is no good, and they say she was going up, so she's gonna have 2 shots. Howard drains the first one.
Now Creekview with a chance to get into 30 before the half and take a 18-point lead over the Chiefs.
And that's not usually like them. They're already over a point per game mark as Howard sinks the second one. 30-12. As Sequoyah is struggling to find their footing, offensively and defensively. But Bass is trying to get it herself, but nothing going here.
That's 7 missed threes without 1 made, and I think a really big factor is that of the absence of Addison Gorley and Taylor Davies.
7 missed threes by Sequoyah.
Yeah.
If that stat does not show it, I mean, Creekview almost had 7 made threes in the first quarter. And not the start Sequoyah has hoped for. And that one is a foul on the way up. Peyton Day is going to head to the line. As Sequoyah does have a great freshman class, another great freshman class to watch the coming years is going to be Creekview's. I mean, Finley Howard is only a freshman. Lily Beal is also a freshman, a very physical down low player. And Peyton Day, heading to the line right now, is also a freshman. And Finley Howard especially, only a freshman and being as much as a court general and a great ball handler as she has great court vision. As a freshman, it's going to be a very dominant force in the coming years in Cherokee County. And Day makes the second. 1 for 2 from that trip. As the lead is at 19 for the Grizzlies. Bellinger inside, fires it to Gemberling, and that one's off Blythe's hands. That's Gray inbounding. 2:14 left. Inside to Gemberling. She launches it out. This one's to Beck, and that one is no good. But instead rebounded by Pollard. Great rebound. And that was going to be saved. Gray's trying to get a 3. That one is over the hoop, but Pollard's shot is off the bottom of the rim.
The Chiefs just did not get going on offense. They had 2 missed threes to their tally as Creekview just keeps on going. And they kind of drifted away from the 3 points, and as Sequoyah kind of started locking them down a bit on the outside of the arc, and then Creekview decided, you know what, let's take it inside the arc. And they kept doing what they were doing.
And they're going to have to find that balance between over-pursuing on the arc versus over-pursuing inside, which we definitely saw in the first quarter with all those made threes in open space. They're going to have to find a balance here if they want to come back in this one. as that shot is no good by Day. It's going to be Chiefs pushing it here. 1:09 left in the second quarter. And that pass goes out of bounds, tipped off by Creekview.
Okay, with 1:06 left. A lot of changes going to need to happen at halftime. Going to not necessarily a whole new game plan, but going to have to change some stuff up if they want to get back into this one.
Yeah, I mean, only scoring 12 points in the first half.
And the half's not even over yet.
Yeah. That's Gray. Over to Gemberling. Gray to Beck now. Shot clock is at 4. Bellinger's going to launch it from deep, and that one is good as an and one. Not many bright spots for Sequoyah this first half, but Bellinger's trying to put something on the board here, as that 3 is good.
And with an attempt to make it a 4-point play.
Not sure what the ref was saying there. That foul is going to be... We have 2 shots. So is this for a technical foul? Because she was outside the arc, and she made it.
I'm not going to lie, I don't even know. I'm going to guess so.
No, because they're going for the rebound. I am not sure what that was. Because she made the 3. The only possibility I have is that maybe it's an off-ball foul.
I think it was because the ball was out of her hands after the shot.
But still, we would be in single bonus. So I am personally not sure what that call was, but still, there was 3 points on the board and 2 made shots.
Well, nonetheless, a 5-point play from Sequoyah gets some offensive motivation going with 40 seconds left in the half.
And that one goes out of bounds. Melissa Mason steps out, and she's going to have the ball right here. Inbounded to Bass. Looking for space. She finds Beck, who almost drills it, but instead it's going to be off the hands of Pollard and Creekview ball. And Gemberling quickly subs in for Bellinger as Blythe and Howard come in for Hawkins and Day. 27.6 seconds left in the first half. And Howard putting a move on Pollard, finds a lane, beautiful passing to Blythe now, and a 19-point lead once again, 18-point lead now for Creekview. Clock is at 12 and ticking. Over to Pollard. Looking for a move, finds Gray. Clock is at 4. Can Pollard put it up? Instead for Gemberling. And that one blinked off the rim. And man, Creekview came out firing, and Sequoyah continued to really have no offensive response for almost the entirety of that first half.
I mean, yeah, they were at 12 points until the last minute of the half right there. I mean, just I think that absence of Sailor Davies and Addison Gorley and only making 1 3 the entire quarter out of 8+ attempts is definitely something that you don't normally see from this Chiefs team.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a good thing to mention is Gorley and Davies both being out. Also, one thing to mention is that with Gorley and Davies both being out, we saw last game against Etowah, you really had Abdul Salam stepping up. I mean, besides Abdul Salam scoring, there was really no scoring like above double digits. So without that presence of Abdul Salam being the dominating score down low against Taft, and I mean, she had opportunities. She had a good 5 points in that first half, but still, in a game where Creekview was lighting it up from outside the arc, that is not how you want it to go. So we do have a few hype videos to show. The first one is made by our own Chiefs TV crew. It is made by our own Riley Stewart, a very talented member of our Chiefs TV department here at Sequoyah. So the first half, 35-17, Chiefs down by 18 in this rivalry matchup. I'm Max Swain, Joe Mac, Jake Gyro. Hopefully you enjoy this hype video created by our own Riley Stewart.
Remember back in the day when you taught me to live and I taught you to pray. We went in the battle together, no matter the weather, we never delayed. You gave me commands, I always obeyed. I never let you go astray. To break me down and I'ma just get up there. Ask me how I did it, I'ma just tell them I rose up. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Coming back stronger. I will arise. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Coming back stronger. I will arise.
Out of the shadows, I've come to make a name. Ready for battle, 'cause I got a throne to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you a mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, 'cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster. I
Welcome back, everyone, to the War Lodge. I'm Max Swain, joined by Jake Gyra, and man, a first half that was really highlighted by Creekview's outside shooting and their continued dominance in the paint during that second quarter. And Sequoyah really could not find the footing at all, especially defensively, in that first half. I mean, if you're Coach Yarbrough, you want to find some sort of offensive method, and
Kind of dominated the first half. I think Coach Yarbrough was easily able to transfer the pretty much point total to everyone else. And I think if he can do that this week, they can get themselves back into this game against a very well Creekview team.
yeah, and definitely something different this week is that there's not really that lead scorer like Abdul Salam was last week. So, I mean, it's not just trying to bring all but one players up, it's really bringing the entire offense to a new level. They really need to find some sort of rhythm here, but it does start on the defensive side. And here goes Blyseth, who overshoots. Quick empty possession by the Grizzlies. That's McGee. That's Bass, looking for a lane. Over to Gray, over Abdul Salam, who's gonna go for a drive instead. Bellinger fires a three and drains it. 1 for 1 in this first half for the Chiefs. 35-20 now, and that one is a kick ball by Gray.
Bellinger only one on the team to make a three tonight, as they're 2 for 12 on threes. Not a stat line that you want to hit.
Yeah, especially in a rivalry game. Not one you want. That's Mason, who's trying to add another one onto her total, and she does it. What a game she is having. 4 threes tonight. Puts her up to 12. That's Abdul Salam. Abdul Salam is going to launch a three. That one is off to the left and rebounded by Hamby. As Bellinger and Blyseth were getting physical down there, and Blyseth is wide open. And that one is too strong. And Bass with the rebound.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, Creekview are 8 for 14 tonight on threes.
That's McGee to the corner, to Gray now. And that one is to the right as well. But instead, rebounded by Bass, who banks that one in. 38-22 now. A minute and a half gone in the third. Howard's gonna kick it out to Mason again. This one is long. Instead, rebounded by Blyseth with an and one. And man, Creekview's offense is just hitting on all cylinders and has been all game. From outside the arc with Mason and Howard and Hamby. And inside with Taft and Blyseth. This is really showing how strong Creekview's offense can be at its full potential. Long pass to Abdul Salam. This one to Bass now. That's to Gray. She has a screen. She's fouled on the way up on that one by Hamby. That's gonna be Hamby's first foul of the night.
So Gray's gonna be the 4th player to go to the line tonight for the Chiefs.
Cannot put the first one through. So still a 19-point lead. Make it 18. And the full court press now being applied by Sequoyah. As Hamby dribbles through the entire crowd, but it's swatted out by Abdul Salam. Last resort makes the defensive stop there on the block. That's over to Mason. You cannot leave her open, but instead, she's get lucky this time. Pass over to Taft off an offensive rebound to Blyseth now, and she finishes. Ashton Blyseth is getting going here in the second half. She's up to 12 points. Inside to Abdul Salam. Trying to post up against Taft, instead kicks it out. The Bellinger tries to squeeze it in to Abdul Salam again, but instead it's Hamby pushing in again. Howard is going to look for a lane. Mid-range jumper fouled on the way up by Ava Gray. It's going to be her second of the night. Lead is up to 20 now for the first time tonight for Creekview. It will remain that for now as Zenchuk comes in for Carly Bass. Leading scorer on the floor right now is Shelby Bellinger for the Chiefs. She's up to 10. Besides that, no one is over 4 points. So 5:02 left in the third. That's Zenchuk with a lane. Great, Abdul Salam is going to fire. That one drills. Three made by the junior, puts her up to 7. 17-point deficit now for Sequoyah. That's Hamby over to Mason. Hamby again, guarded by McGee. Chiefs defense really locking in this possession. Instead, Howard with a drive. She overshoots and rebounded by Abdul Salam. Great physicality by the junior there. To Shelby Bellinger. Kicks it to Gray, and she's going to reset. Abdul Salam again. She sees a lane against Taft. And that's going to be an offensive foul by Abdul Salam. A little bit too aggressive there against Amelia Taft. That's Taft. Over to Blythe now. That's a high three. Instead, rebounded by Hamby and fouled by Sloan McGee. Her third foul of the game.
Number 11, making Hamby at the free throw line.
3:48 left as Pollard comes onto the floor for Abdul Salam. Two for two from the line that visit with Hamby. So lead is back up to 19 for Creekview. I mean, they're already nearing their points per game just in the third quarter. And Bellinger with the mid-range jumper sinks in. She's having a great game, up to 12. Just aching for some support from the rest of her teammates. That's Hamby on the outside. Hamby inside to Beal against Beck. Two very physical players. Instead, Hamby fires. That one's off the back of the backboard and taken away by the Grizzlies. Shot clock has reset. Oh, a foul on Carly Bass. I think the fans are upset with that call. I feel like it may have appeared that Hamby may have tripped, but I think Carly Bass was a little too physical there. That's going to be a foul. That's going to be 1-on-1 now for Hamby from the line. It's been a little bit of a messy quarter for Sequoyah on the fouls side of things. And 2 for 2 the line was Hamby. And we have a timeout by Coach Yarborough on that one. So lead back up to 19 as, I mean, Chiefs haven't let up too many big defensive runs this half. It's been kind of even, but still, they're going to have to really take aggression here and take action if they want to finally come back on this lead, because it's not going to be if they same pace as they are right now the entire game. They're not going to have enough time.
Yeah, they really got to just start taking more risks, taking those shots. I mean, so far, Creekview attempted 18 threes. I mean, they've just been letting shots just rip from pretty much anywhere. I mean, whether it's from inside the arc, outside the arc, and the Chiefs haven't really been getting that many shots off. And that's what they're going to need to do if they want to try to at least try to get themselves back to this one. I mean, they got 3 minutes left this quarter, and then one more quarter to get 19 points.
And they're going to need to get at least close to a single-digit deficit, in my opinion, by the end of this third quarter if they want to have a chance in this one. Bellinger mid-range, and he's fouled on the way up. That one is by Mason. That's going to be her first.
Last time Bellinger's up here, made both of her shots.
First one is good by Shelby Bellinger. Got Natalie Pollard and Abdus Salam coming in for Gemberling and McGee. So 16-point lead for Creekview at the moment. Hamby guarded by Gray. And we have a moving screen there by Amelia Taft. The refs have gotten a little bit more uptight with their calls the second half. Very evident. Gonna need to see some adaptive play by both sides if they want to take advantage of those calls. That's Gray with a lane. Beautiful pass out to Bellinger. And that one is in. If they have to count on Shelby Bellinger for every single shot, they may as well. 3 threes for the senior tonight in her last rivalry matchup against Creekview. That one is short. Rebounded by Abdus Salam. Great dribbling, but it's taken away by Hamby. And overshot by KK Hamby on that layup. Great pressure by Abdus Salam. Pollard kicks it out to Bellinger. To Abdus Salam for 3. And that one is off the right side of the rim, but Pollard saves it, but too late. She was on the line. 15-point lead now for Creekview.
Yeah, she's finally getting a 3 off after many, many attempts again. And cutting the lead down to 15. It's still a very long lead. 1:36 left, though, in the third quarter.
It's Cavender. Got Mason in the corner. Taking their time here this possession. No rush with a 15-point cushion. Clock is at 7 though. 5. 4 now. Hamby trying to put some moves on. And that one almost goes in. But full court pass by Gray to Bellinger as Abdus Salam is going to have the lane. She's trying to get a shot up and one. Acrobatic by Abdus Salam. As the Chiefs are starting to get something going here near the end of the third quarter. Abdus Salam can reach double digits tonight with a made free throw right here. As we're starting to see some life from the Sequoyah offense.
Yeah, it makes a free throw here, and the lead's down to 12. And they're just one step closer to cutting the lead closer to single digits.
I mean, it was a 19-point lead, and they've cut it down to 12. A 7-0 run by Sequoyah to end the third. 7-0 at the moment, as Creekview never know when they can strike, especially in this game. 45 seconds left. Blythe putting a move on Gemberling. Pass out to Howard as Mason has it. Stopped up on the 3, but a drive is over the hoop. Another chance for the Chiefs. Full court to Pollard. Try to do a spin move instead. Back to Gray. Abdus Salam. to Pollard. That's great. Again, Abdus Salam going up, and that's going to be a charge on Abdus Salam, her third foul of the night. Not what she was expecting going into that. I believe that was Ashlyn Blythe.
Number 3, starting on the last game is Sequoyah.
As Carly Bass comes in for Abdus Salam. Both of them do have 3 fouls tonight. 2 big players that Chiefs want to make sure are not in foul trouble and do not foul out. 6 seconds left on the play clock. That's Howard firing for 3, and that one is no good, but rebounded by Taft, and a buzzer beater to end the third. But nonetheless, still a 7-2 run to end that third quarter. I mean, Chiefs may still be down by 14, but Yarborough has to be taking that end of the third as a bright spot as their offense started to get going, their defense started to make consecutive stops.
I mean, yeah, you saw that 7-0 rod. The defense kind of just started, not necessarily perform better than they did all night, but
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that. And the Creekview 3 shooting also kind of took its toll. I mean, they started off the quarter 8 for 14. They missed 6 in a row. So definitely not something you want to see from Creekview. But also as the Chiefs, you got to take advantage of that. Now, a bit less of an offense going for Creekview. You got to take those shots. You got to take the risks. And now the game's closer than it has been all night.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing I know on those Creekview possessions, I mean, there were a decent amount of missed shots, but still, there was a lot of possessions where Sequoyah was just clogging gaps where the shot clock was ticking down to like 5 and 4, where they had to just launch up a shot. So Sequoyah had improved drastically compared to that first half where they were letting up threes early in the possession. So, I mean, definitely an improvement, but they're going to have to really improve, especially on the offensive side, if they want to come back in this one. And if you're Creekview, just keep on playing your brand of basketball. You have a double-digit lead here. No need to panic. Turnover quickly to start this fourth. As Hamby's going to slow it up. Over to Howard. Taft looking for an outlet, finds Hamby. Inside to Taft, beautiful lob pass as she had a mismatch against Ava Gray, and they take advantage of it. Lead is back to 16. McGee back in now. She's going to put up a 3, but it's packed. Almost rebounded by Bass, but instead taken away by Creekview. And not the offensive start you wanted if you're Coach Yarborough. A turnover and another turnover off that McGee pack. That's Howard. Mid-range off the back of the rim. Critical rebounded by McGee. As the Chiefs need a score here. They're going to need to pick up that pace. Already a minute and a half through the fourth quarter. Abdus Salam in the corner. She's going to fire a 3. That one is short. She goes after a rebound, but instead Howard has it. She's pushing it. To Taft on the fast break, but tipped by Abdus Salam. And Bass is now pushing it. And McGee is going to fire a 3 in and out. Great defense by McGee, but recovered by Hamby. And a wide open lane for KK Hamby as she reaches 13 points. We've seen it so many times tonight, just those quick drives, utilizing her speed, getting past defenders on so many occasions. That's Bellinger fires another 3. That one is short, however. That's Blythe. A dagger, bringing the lead back to double digits, 56-35. As that one may have taken the wind out of the Chiefs' sails on that one.
Yeah, just, I mean, first three made in a while. for Creekview and kind of came at a perfect time for them. And they just, instead of Sequoyah having that 7-0 big run, kind of turned the corner, and Creekview took it right back from them.
Yeah, with Chiefs, that is the last way you wanted that quarter to start, as a 14-point deficit turns its way into the 20s.
Especially with 2 minutes and 30 seconds already off the clock. Don't have much time to make something happen. So this is your last shot. This is the last moment. You got to just send everything you got, and you got to hope you can get things going again.
Yeah, you need a quick stop here. You're going to need some offensive possessions where, I mean, you saw that at the beginning of the fourth. They really needed some quicker possessions if they're attempting to score. But they were taking their time. We'll see how they attempt the comeback here. That's down by 21. Over to Zenchuk. Abdul Salam with the drive, almost tipped away, but instead a physical lay-in on the hook shot brings the lead back to 19. That's Howard, guarded by Bass. Tat is wide open, mid-range. That one's off the back of the rim, though. Rebounded by Blyseth, and she lets it go out of bounds.
The Chiefs now with a chance to get something going as they get a point and a turnover.
Gray to the corner. That's Bass. Thought about the three instead. Gray has it again. Abdul Salam being physical, but right on the backside is Howard, and she has nowhere to go. We've seen that a couple times with Abdul Salam, in the past couple games. Chiefs have kind of figured out the move she's doing, and they usually have someone on the backside waiting to go after that ball while it's in her hands. That's Mason on the baseline now. Quick cut, beautiful. A flawless offensive possession by Creekview there. Marissa Mason has really impressed me tonight. Not really blowing up the stat sheet, but she has had a monumental performance. Not blowing up the stat sheet on the season, but tonight she is blowing up the stat sheet. 4 made threes as that ball goes out of bounds. Going to be out of bounds and Chiefs ball. Lead is at the 21 with 3:44 left.
I mean, yeah, as you said, blowing up the stat sheet, pretty much everyone on Creekview is nearing at least double digits. I mean, great team performance from everyone tonight.
Yeah, I mean, half of them are over 12, or 12 or over. Almost picked off by Zenchuk. And she's going after the ball, and that's going to be a foul. A little too aggressive on that one.
Yeah, as you were saying, 3 of them over 12, and then 2 of them within 5 of getting into double digits. And that's what Sequoyah needed tonight.
Yeah. And that's what they had. I mean, last Friday they had Abdul Salam really carrying the weight in that first half, especially. As Blythe another 3, but I thought it was tipped. But it was apparently not. And that one was just off the side of the backboard. 3:19 left in the fourth quarter. Tipped away by Hamby, saved by McGee. Gemberling. Over to Bass now. She's looking for a lane, and mid-range jumper. This one's no good, but a physical rebound. Instead, stripped away by Hamby. Over to Mason, her 5th of the night. 15 as 15. Coming into the War Lodge and really leaving her mark. That's Bellinger now. Almost taken away by Howard. Instead, Zenchuk has it, but that's going to be a foul on the floor by Finley Howard. First second of the night. Got Lawrence Trujillo coming in. And we have Day and Katie Bacon for Creekview.
And Creekview's lead shoots back up to 22. I think is the highest of the night.
And Shelby Bellinger's three is short. Beautiful moves by Hamby, and she's gonna almost finish it, but rebounded by Blyseth as that one banks in. More points for Creekview as they are well over their points per game margin. And just thrown away by Bellinger on a last-ditch effort. And more points for the Grizzlies as they are really having their way in this rivalry game. 65-39 is your score as Coach Domville calls a timeout. And man, really nothing going for Sequoyah, especially this fourth quarter. Near the end of the third, they looked like they had a chance. But Creekview came out firing in the fourth quarter, especially on those open lane drives and mid-range jumpers.
Yeah, they scored 2 threes this quarter. They kind of just put the dagger in it, called it good night. At 65-39, 26-point lead.
Beautiful
now
three there.
It's 22, but 1:39 left.
That's Beal now. Fastest three cuts the lead. 20, that is 23. It's gonna be offensive foul, I believe, on number 3. Gabby Sleeman comes in on the floor now for Carly Bass, and Ella Casing comes in, along with Rain McCrae. So a few more players who don't necessarily get as much playing time, getting some experience now in the final home game and final regular season game. That's Lauren Trujillo with the shot attempt. Instead, mid-range off the backboard, rebounded almost by the Grizzlies, but Gemberling's going after it. This one's rebounded by Peyton Day. That's going to be Bacon bringing it up. That's Beal. To the corner for Bacon. And off the rim. That's Ella Casing, the freshman. 42 seconds left. Tipped away by Beal, but it's going to be called a foul. A little too aggressive on that one. Ray McCrae inside to Lauren Trujillo, and the senior gets 2 points on the board. Lead to 21 now. That's Lily Beal. Over. Beautiful drive attempt by Hawkins. It's going to be off of Grizzlies. That's going to be Chiefs ball.
And 17 seconds left. 21-point lead for the Grizzlies.
So it looks as though this matchup all time is going to get even closer. And even more storied as McCrae over to Gemberling now. And that is the game as Creekview comes into the War Lodge getting an upset victory, 65-44. I mean, we saw from the get-go, Sequoyah was kind of out of it after that first quarter. They had chances and opportunities where they could easily get back in there, and they went on runs, especially at the end of the third, but I mean, Creekview really slammed the door at the beginning of that fourth, and there was no looking back.
Yeah, I think it's just a great job from Creekview with everything they did today. I mean, they started the game off with 3 threes in a row. I mean, and I think ever since then, the mojo just kind of was off for the Chiefs and just resulted in not being able to really make themselves comfortable trying to find a way back into this game. And then you kind of saw that at the end of the fourth as well with that little slowdown and then just the increase in the Creekview's offense.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to mention is that third quarter is usually Creekview's strongest and usually statistically Sequoiah's weakest. So it really surprised me that Sequoyah came out that strong in the third quarter, but that fourth quarter is usually Sequoiah's strongest, and it turned out to be their weakest tonight. So an upsetting loss here, but still a rivalry gets more intense as the all-time series goes to 18-17. I mean, that's one game separating them all time, and we already know it's a rivalry. The record makes it even more intense. So a very good game here, very dominant game by Creekview, almost through and through. So I'm Max Swain, joined by Jake Gyra. We have a boys game coming up after this, another rivalry game, Sequoyah versus Creekview. Boys are going to be playing around in around 15-ish minutes. It is Teacher Appreciation Night, so it may take longer to appreciate our teachers here at Sequoyah. However, we will be back for the boys broadcast on a separate stream. So I'm Max Swain, joined by Jake Gyra. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all of our Chiefs TV team, Philip Carlucci, our executive producer, and Shiven, Amrith, everyone. We give a big thanks to you. We will see you for the boys game.
This copyrighted broadcast by Chiefs Television may not be reproduced, repurposed, rebroadcasted, or otherwise reused or redistributed in any form without expressed written consent of Chiefs Television. Thank you for watching.